Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto Channel. We're live. It is Wednesday morning. Donald J. Trump is speaking right now. I was trying to listen to him a little bit. You know, I like DJT. But so far, it was nothing important to at least anything involving crypto or the economy. It was all about Greenland and how Greenland would be a favor for Greenland if the U.S. owned them, and blah 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 blah. So we'll see what else he has to say. But so far, nothing that I think would impact our market. We're getting a little bit of a move up here in the last 30 minutes or so, but we'll see where this goes. How is everyone this morning? How is everyone? Who we got in here? Thanos, what's up? John, morning. Hawkborn. Max, what's up, y'all? You still in my y'all? That's my word, y'all. We say y'all in Mississippi. What's up, y'all? Everybody been rocking the free money zone today. We're going to talk about this. Guys, talked about this yesterday on stream. We're going to talk about it again today. Some folks have been messaging Dagbjorn. That's who I wanted to see. Yes, my favorite Icelander. Back in West Coast, yo. Guys, if you are afraid to pull the trigger on the free money zone, then you just don't want to make money. You want to make money the hard way. Like, this is a gimme. We have tracked this before, and we've been through it a couple more times, and I think the stat is 28 out of 30 times you've entered the free money zone, whether headed to the bottom or headed to the up. Once you enter and close it, preferably a 30-minute candle, but I like a 15-minute candle. Most time it doesn't even take that. Most time you don't even get 15 minutes in here. Every time except for two, and one time was on the weekend. You wind up coming through it anyway, but you just dance around it in the weekend because you know how weekends are. But so really, if you count that one, it's 29 out of 30. You came through it within 1 hour to the upside or the downside, guys. It is free money. And if you're afraid to pull the trigger on a 29 out of 30 odds trade, then you want to make things way too hard on yourself. This is a gimme. We discussed this yesterday on stream. We set an alert on the stream at the free money zone, which I have another alert there now, and I told you if we enter that free money zone, I will absolutely short it in a heartbeat without thinking twice about it. If you lose it, wow, you've lost 2 out of 31 times if you had taken all 31 that it's come in here. If you can't make money on 29 out of 31 wins, you're doing something wrong. Short or long, neither. This is a no trade zone. Neither. We're waiting on the U.S. market to open. I was short and long this morning already. Free money zone. You're not in the VIP Discord or you would have gotten these trades. Let's take a look, guys. So we came into it yesterday. This was on stream. We didn't come in on stream, but I told you if we came into it, I would take the trade. And of course I did. And let's take a look at that. Pulled down $700 on that one in literally about 3 seconds. It was just a whop, big candle. Matter of fact, I know this thing could continue down to 50K, but that is not my goal for this trade. The free money zone is a separate trade for me, okay? So my goal was to enter at the free money zone and exit at the other end. There's a volume spike. You can see right here on the chart, I got a volume spike marked right there. And you can see we did not close either candle below it, so the volume spike held up well. Yeah, it wicked below it, pretty good amount to the next volume spike, but it happened so dang fast that by the time it happened, and I realized what had happened, I clicked the flash close. I was up over $1,000, but by the time it actually closed, I only made $700. I can't complain. It was $700, and let me put it on the 1 minute calendar, 1 minute time frame. Let's see. Where was that? Was right there. 1 minute candle. It had come. You dropped 89.5 to 87.7. So $1,700 in 1 minute. Not only did you come down $1,700, you bounced up another $400 before that 1 minute candle closed. By the time I closed it, you had to be quick on this one. And if I could drop, I don't think I can drop it to the 1 second. If I could drop, I bet you this is 5 seconds. It was that fast. At least 10 to 15 seconds, no more. Anyway, so what did I do, guys? What did I do? Well, it danced to 15-minute time frame. I'll show you what I did. I posted this in Discord too. VIP Discord, that is. I said, I showed that. I'll show you. I showed where I took that trade. Boom, was up 730. I was like clicking to close. I was lagging here. By the time I closed, it was $707, $703, something like that. All right, I said this was also an area you could rip right back up through. The free money zone goes both ways. And we came back in the free money zone, and I posted the trade that I took when we came back into it, but I told you it goes both ways, and we could rip back through it. I said what I was looking for too, which was in this case a 15-minute candle close back in the free money zone. And I just want to show you guys how to get in these trades. So here's what we ripped down through it. I took that trade, $700, kind of danced around, didn't close it. As soon as we closed this candle, this 15-minute candle, back inside the free money zone, I took the trade. We came up, I exited at the top. Yeah, we went a little higher. I don't care. That is not my plan for this trade, okay? This trade, I understand there are other trades, but that is not my plan for this trade. It's just free freaking money. So if you want to let it run, you can just take profit at the top or bottom and let it run. That is not my plan for this because we get it so much. It's such big money. It's just easy money. It's free money, guys. Free money, and there that is. I made $976 on that trade. I timed that a little better because it was not just a 1 minute candle down. This was a little more constructive. It was still steadily to the upside, but it was a little more constructive. I had time to get out whenever I wanted to get out. It wasn't bouncing, and he got hit with some spread. And then this morning, guys, I think I posted it this morning too. I think I posted this morning. Yeah, I posted this morning where I took the trade, the short back through the free money zone, made another $500 on that. So all in all, it is a good day. Yesterday, we finished the day with $2,004. And this $2,004 profit, and I showed yesterday morning on stream I had a fresh $1,500.00 account. I'd cleared it out to $1,500. So we made $2,000 on a $1,500 account yesterday. Thanks. I think I only took one, maybe two. No. We did a live stream. I made a couple $100 on, or 100. It wasn't much. It was dead volume. And I marked out the free money zone on that live VIP Discord trading session we did too. But most of that $2,000 was just made on the free money zone, and we discussed that yesterday, and we're discussing it today. And it is the title of the thumbnail. So, guys, you should have alerts set on both sides of your free money zone. And if you're afraid to take the trade, you shouldn't be trading. Because I've never, ever, and I've been doing this for over 10 years, seen a easier way to make money than trading this free money. I've never seen it. I've never seen a zone like this before. And we can look on the daily, but look historically. I mean, this thing goes back. I mean, you can't find a time other than twice if you count the weekend, which it came through that following Monday. But Saturday, Sunday, it danced around it. Where it just rips through it. I mean, it's a smaller zone. I mean, it's a $1,000 zone, but it rips through it every single time. This is the daily time frame. It just rips through it. There's nothing here. There's no volume here. It just falls. So take the free money zone trade. John, Jam. What's up, Jam? Glad to see you. Have I harped on the free money zone enough? I think so. Did I show the one from this morning? Yeah, 536. 536. And that's it. So we're at $500 on the day. One trade. I do have an alert set on the free money zone, guys. If it comes back to it, I'm going to short it. We got a poll in chat. If you wouldn't mind hitting up the poll, I would appreciate it. I'm genuinely curious. There are massive mixed signals on the chart. Massive. So it's literally coin flip. There are indicators that suggest that Babylon has already started. But there's one crucial component to Babylon that we never got or haven't gotten yet. So I'm kind of torn. I'm really torn. So I would be interested in your opinion. Go ahead and hit up that chat. A little bit of a W pattern here, but no bullish divergence. But that doesn't mean anything. You can still W right up out of here. or you could come up and in pattern it, or you could just dance sideways. What I would really like is to hit this free money zone. Just to make you aware, I told you guys I would let you know, and I let a couple of you privately know in Discord yesterday that I sold half of my altcoin bags yesterday. Maybe it was a good sale, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'm up so much on alts, it's not even funny. Just from accumulation, I know alts are massively down, but I used the Alexander. I showed you guys. I mean, I accumulated like 600,000-700,000 Algorand coins just using Alexander. So I'm still significantly up, even though alts are way down. I sold half of them because it is literally a coin flip as to whether or not we're going to 60K from here, or we're fixing to come up and hit that 99.5K and then turn it around. It is literally a coin flip. I'm about to show you. So I want to enter the big Babylon trade with my altcoin money. And if we're in it, by the time we get the next confirmation, the official confirmation, if we don't get confirmation 1, by the time we get confirmation 3, we missed confirmation 1, we've hit confirmation 2, and we haven't yet gotten confirmation 3. So if we get that, I didn't want to be selling my alts for 20% less than they are right now. So I sold half, and that's cool. That's cool. I didn't even sell half. I sold $100,000 worth. So, yeah, that's just what I chose to do. So I'll have $100,000 to take into Babylon if it starts from here, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that decision. Let's take a look at the poll, guys, and then we're going to go over some things. Does Bitcoin have a rally left or bear only? 67% of you say 99K still coming. A third of you say next stop 70K. That's what we're going to try to figure out today. It's a coin flip, I'm telling you. All signs are pointing down for today. However, let's look at the daily. The only thing that suggests we might have a little upside today is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down days in a row with 0 upside. And I know there's been periods of time where Bitcoin's done more than that, but it's not very common. It certainly could happen today, but it's not very common. The U.S. was closed on Monday. They did not reverse yesterday. They continued downtrend. Asia and UK have done nothing but downtrend today. Well, they kind of flippy floppy. Asia went up, UK reversed. So I don't know. It would just suggest to me that the U.S. would probably try to come, and this is no technical analysis whatsoever, no technicals. It would just suggest to me that they would try to come for some of this here, okay? Just because it's been just relentless downside pressure, right? All the way from here. Nothing but downside. Nothing's been taken. Okay? That's it. No technical analysis whatsoever. Just, and sometimes that's what it takes, just common sense. You can't go down forever. However, I'm not longing. I'm looking for shorts. I'm 100% looking for shorts. So that doesn't mean we can't come up into these boxes and short back down. But let's not get it twisted. Just because we come up, the pressure is to the downside. For now. I do have a box on here. I know a lot of you blind trade my boxes, and that's cool. You shouldn't, but if you do, you do. I want to point out this box right here. I have written in the box, and I put this in Discord, this box right here. Reaction with divs and SFP of value area low here only. Caution. Okay, caution. What I would look for in this box, this is the only thing that I would look for in this box, is a move down here. You got the lows set yesterday, right? Was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I would look for a move down here. Here's the value area low. Take out these wicks. Take out the value area low. SFP this and close. I would really like a 4-hour candle. But I would settle for a 90-minute candle above, inside the value area, so above the value area low. And then you might look for a long on this, okay? Okay? I would give this no drawdown, guys. No. I know you got a box right here. Whoa, we got a box right. No. First of all, it's a long ways down. It's longer than it looks. From value area low to the middle of this box is a $2,500 drop. Let me show you why. You've got this right here. Let me try to get on the same screen. Go to the 90. You've got this right here. All these, I don't want to call them relatively equal lows, but something like that, that none of them have been taken. None. Not one of them have been taken. There's liquidity here. There's liquidity here. Liquidity here. Liquidity here. Liquidity here. If you get into these, you're going to just domino effect, liquidity spike, boom, 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 right down through it, probably to this daily level right here. I mean, you might get SFP this last week here, but somewhere down in there, guys. So don't play with this box, okay? This box is kind of right here at the start of this first wick, okay? Right, it's right here before you even get into that wick, and it ends right about this wick, okay? If you don't SFP this area right here and you get into these, you're fixing to move down fast, and you're going to be in major drawdown within probably 15 minutes. So get out. If you don't get, don't even enter the trade if you don't get the reaction, is my point. If you don't get the reaction from this box, I could probably even move this up, because I know some of you are going to ride it all the way to it, right there to that Asia low. Okay? If you don't get the reaction, even if you do get a reaction here, if you get a reaction right here, I'm just trying to caution you, because I can already see somebody coming to me and be like, well, the box didn't hold. If you get a reaction right here, that is not a trade. That is not a trade. That is not a trade. The candle close, 90-minute candle close in here is a trade. Yeah, you're going to miss this little bit of area here. So what? Because odds are when you get to this area, if you don't just SFP super quick, you're going to come back, bearishly back test that value area low and head down into here, okay? Make sure you have your confirmations before you take this trade. I'm telling you, this is one that's going to put people's lights out fast if it catches those series of wicks, okay? So just be careful, guys. Just be careful. Some of these boxes, you should never blind trade a box, but some of them I might would. This is not one of those. Don't be afraid to take it. Don't be afraid to take the trade. This whole thing could just wind up being a big old value area range bounce. Don't be afraid to take it and miss a trade. You could just bounce this range, point of control, back up to the value area high there. We could just be bouncing this range, right? Don't be afraid to take it. Just make sure you get your confirmations. Closure back inside the value area range. It's okay if you miss this little 1% right here. You still got a huge move if you do rotate all the way back up to the value area high right there of 6.5%. So it's okay. Don't be afraid to take a trade. Just make sure you get back in the range first, okay? Hope that makes sense. U.S. market is open. Bitcoin just kind of dancing around. Nothing real going on right here. I do want to cover the Babylon stuff today, guys. I think I've harped on this free money zone. I don't think many of you took it, which makes me scratch my head. Like, do you really want to make money? That's a gimme trade. Gimme. I'm not being negative. I just want you guys to be profitable, and I can't possibly give you an easier trade setup. Can't possibly do it. It's the easiest one I've ever seen. That requires no additional technical analysis. Max says, I took both the free money zone trades yesterday. I missed the one this morning, made over $700. Thank you. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Max must have been sleeping in the one this morning. There was actually two this morning. I didn't take the other one. I was at the gym, but you see it right here. This is the one I took that I showed, made $500. Took it right here. I mean, look at it. That's from this morning. These are from yesterday. I took this, boom. I took this, boom. I took this, boom. Closed this trade, and I went to the gym, and so I missed the long back up through it. But I mean, if you did take the 1, 2, 3, 4 trades right here. In like the last 12 hours, 4 trades, $4,000 moves on Bitcoin. Easy. Free money zone. I did miss this long, though. I admit it. I had my alert set. I was at the gym. My alert went off. I just didn't do it. I don't like trading at the gym. I don't like trading on my phone because then I got to watch it. And then I got to make sure it goes through and it's not a fake out, which in this zone, I don't have to watch it as much. I just didn't. That's okay. I got 3 out of 4. Carrie Benz, morning. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. John says, I slept on it too. Haven't been too active this week. Just a few little trades here and there. I understand. Max, what did you work at the gym? Chest and triceps. And some abs. I threw some abs in there. Got to keep the abs going. I finally have abs again. Finally have a little baby six-pack. I kept a six-pack for years. I was a personal trainer for 20 years, so I always had a six-pack. Prided myself on it. Here's a little TMI for you guys, but about a year ago, right at about a year ago, I guess, not quite a year ago, probably about 10 months ago, I rapidly gained like 36 pounds in 4 or 5 weeks. I mean, just out of nowhere. Straight water blood. I looked 7 months pregnant, and I was a personal trainer. I mean, I was, super in shape. And I started getting super sick, just bad health, going to the hospital, and come to find out I had gone into like early stages of kidney failure, acute kidney disease. And I had some heart things going on too. I had to wear all these monitors. They wanted to put a pacemaker in me, all this stuff. And it was just kidney bloat, and my proteinuria was through the roof, and it was just nasty. Out of freaking nowhere. I had no health issues, nothing. I just woke up one day and I was like 30 pounds heavier. And I had no energy. I would go work for an hour, and then I'd go sleep for an hour, go work for an hour, sleep for an hour. And this went on for like 8 months or so. And then I underwent all sorts of testing and treatment and blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden I woke up one day and that like 30 pounds was gone. I got up and pissed out like 20 pounds in one night. And it took about 3 or 4 weeks, but I lost 38 pounds. Put on 36, lost 38. I lost a significant amount of strength. I'm about 220 pounds now. Going into it, I was about 233. So I'm about 12, 13 pounds lighter. Lost a lot of strength because I really couldn't work out during that time. I tried to work out, but they were sad. But I finally got my abs back, which I don't care. I don't care if I ever have an ab again. Ever. I just never, ever, ever want to feel that way again. So the Lord blessed me, He healed me, and here we are. So a little TMI for you guys. A little TMI. That is really what forced my hand into retiring. I was already trading. I'd been trading full-time for about 10 years, and I was very successful, and I talked about it for about a year, but I enjoy helping people, whether it be here in the Discord. I talk to more of you guys one-on-one than the rest of you even realize. I don't mind. I'll walk you through it. I help you out. And I felt that same way in training, personal training, and I had more than enough money to retire. I just didn't want to let it go because I liked helping people. But I just couldn't perform anymore. I would go train 2 clients, and I had a little futon up there, and I would go sleep for 2 hours. And I would train 2 more clients, sleep. And that's just not how I roll. My training with them was subpar, and they deserve better. So it was time. Hawkborn, so glad you're feeling better. That's scary. Yeah. Thank you. I didn't think I would ever feel better. I thought that was it. I thought it was over. And my health still isn't great. What's weird is, even with this bloat going down and me getting rid of all the weight, my kidney function was worse on the last blood test I had. So I was like, I don't even care. I know I'm getting worse, but I feel better. So, take the good with the bad. New York not doing a whole lot so far, but in 1 minute we've got our 8:45. I got the alarm set. That's what we're looking for, the 8:45. I'm ready for it. We could get a move up here. We could get a move down here. They're not showing anything. You didn't do anything at open. You got this little push up, which is usually fake. So it wouldn't surprise me to bring this back through the free money zone. It wouldn't surprise me to come up in this golden pocket either. There's our 1 minute alert. No news today other than Trump talking. We do have news tomorrow. Tomorrow's a biggie, guys. Tomorrow's going to be a good stream for everyone. We have got GDP. We have got initial jobs and PC. Guys, so we've got inflation. We've got jobs and GDP. And that evening, watch out, we got Bank of Japan interest rates. Tomorrow's going to be a big trading day, guys. Let's see what they do. 30 seconds here. We're watching it. I'm on the 5-minute time frame. I don't like the 5. Let's go to the 3. I hate the 5. The 5 and the 30 are my two least favorite times. 5, 30, and 2 hour I find to be the least reliable time frames of all. I find more failed signals on those than any other. 5, the 30, and the 2. The 6, the 24, and the 90-minute work much, much better. Here we go, 8:45. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. Trump's still talking. Maybe move once it's done. Unless he talks about anything economic, I don't see it doing anything. Thus far, I watched the first 20 minutes, and it was just all Greenland, 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 even though it's a World Economic Forum discussion, I think. So maybe he says something. You never know. Gosh, I've never seen one person that can wreck or pump a market faster than that guy, and who does it more often. I've lost so many big trades and won so many big trades. I get so mad when he talks. I'm like, just stop. Even though I like him. You should at least give me a notice you're about to say something related to crypto. I don't know. He should text me. Because I always seem to be in a trade when he opens his mouth about crypto. I'll open a trade if we get one this morning. I'm ready. I'm ready too. Yeah, I got my MEXC set up over here. I only have $1,200 in it. I cleared out my profits this morning. I do random stuff. I'll clear it out to $2,000. I'll clear it out to $3,000. I'll clear it out to $1,200. I do random. Just depends on how much I profited from the day yesterday and what I'm looking for. I really just cleared some money out today. I'm fixing to make a large deposit today in anticipation of this Babylon upcoming. We're looking at this now to see if we get a trade. I'm not trading this. There's nothing that can make me trade this right now unless we hit this free money zone. You can see we kind of found a support right here at the free money zone all morning. We did eventually break back through it. We found support. So I want to get in this free money zone before I trade it. There's just enough to be made here that I don't got to risk it by getting this little bitty bit just in case we bounce it up from here. Okay, guys? That's just how I'm going to trade. But I'm up $2,500 in the last 12 hours. So if you need that little bit, it looks like we're about to head through it. But I'm not taking it until we get there. We got a big vector right here. If we come into here, though, we likely won't just recover half of it. We'll recover the whole thing. Something like that. I do want to show you guys something, though. I'm just kind of watching this for a minute. Always goes the opposite way every time. Every time he talks. Every time. Every time. Because you know why it goes the opposite way when Trump talks of what we trade? Because we don't think like he does. We don't think like he does. So when we think, oh, he should come on and say this and it's going to do this, he thinks opposite of us. He comes on and says the opposite. We should counter trade Trump. Probably be very successful. I got alerts set, guys. I'm going to set, we got an Asia high here. I would really like to see a swoop at the Asia high right into this point of control. It would be ideal. Swoop. What is that red line? It's not even a point of control. I don't know why there's a red line just on my chart. It's not there now. It is there now. That is so weird. Anyway, I would really like to swoop the Asia high and then head lower, but I have a feeling if we swoop the high, we're going to keep going, probably into here. That is my next red box, even though we certainly don't have to come there. I'm looking for a little more premium trades today. Let's talk about our Babylon. See our Babylon criteria, guys? I got it split into two screens here. I don't have all the writing and all that stuff. You guys know what that stuff is. If you don't, you got to refer back to the previous videos. Or I actually have a video. That I've posted to my channel. Anyway, here's scenario 1, but I want to cover scenario 2, okay? I actually have 3 scenarios. So I'm on the 2-day time frame on this left screen. So when I draw on this screen, guys, you're going to see a draw on the right. Ignore the right. I'm not intending to draw on the right. I'll let you know when I go draw over there. It just does that. All right, so We were looking for the 5 to come back above the 55. Okay, that was the loading criteria, and then the trigger would be when the 5 crossed back below the 55, right? That would be the trigger for the downside move. We showed this countless times, right? We did not get that, not yet anyway. We still could, okay? Historically, we have gotten that cross every single time, and we've had 2 pushes in, 1 and 2 the last cycle, which this almost mirror images took 3 pushes to get that cross, okay? Took 3 pushes, right? So we can still get that cross. However, all is not lost. I give you 2 other scenarios, one of which we got yesterday but is unconfirmed. We got the second cross of the 2-day 5 and 13. The first cross was way up here, okay? We have always gotten the cross back to the upside on the 2-day time frame, and then a cross back, the white 5 going over the orange 13, okay, which we got yesterday. It's unconfirmed, okay? It'll confirm with tomorrow's closure if the cross is still there. That has always been game over. However, this cross, 5 and 13, 2-day time frame, has always happened after the 5 crosses the 55. Okay, 5 crosses 55 like that. 13 comes up, 5 comes down, the 5 comes back and crosses them both. So I'm not afraid to admit I am unsure, because this has never happened before. Okay, but it very likely could not be over with yet. We didn't get the 3rd push in the last cycle until March. That gave us all of these crosses in the good go signal. Okay, it was March. We're still in January. We are running about a month ahead of schedule, okay? Last cycle, Bitcoin topped in November. This cycle, we topped in October. And I trade with someone here locally, a friend of mine. And when I see him, we talk about it. And this entire cycle, the halving was 1 month before. It was in April, whereas the year before was in May. Everything, and we've been looking. So I'll put out stats every month, like, okay, this is what we can expect for January. But really, when I'm putting out January stats, it does what has historically happened in February, because we're 1 month ahead of schedule. Everything has been happening a month sooner. So if we're looking for this spike in January, it usually happens in December. Like, that's the January spike we were looking for, because we're a month ahead of schedule. So it wouldn't surprise me to get this cross next month in February to the upside if we're going to get it, because last time it was in March, and we're a month ahead on everything. I hope that makes sense. And I know, just start off with everything. Just because it happened in the past doesn't mean it has to happen in the future. But I'm not just talking about last cycle. I'm talking about every single cycle, okay? All the previous cycle have this same pattern. Go watch the video. I'm not fixing to go through all that now. But all of them. So this would be one of those. This time is different if that doesn't happen, and that certainly can happen. I acknowledge. Okay. So this one will happen, no doubt about it. This next one that I'm about to show you, and it has happened every single time. And there has not even, so when the other one has happened, there's some wicks that come back up that come close. You never would have gotten stopped out at entry before, but there are some that have come close, okay? So a little bit of a scare, if you will. On this next one I'm about to show you, there's not even being close to a scare, ever. When this cross happens, it is lights out every single time, no questions. Do not pass go, do not click $200. It is on, game on. For those of you ultra conservative traders, this is your money trade, big money trade. We're talking at least 25%, in my opinion, to the downside for Bitcoin. All right, that is on the right, and this is the monthly. This is the monthly time frame on the Bitstamp chart. I use Bitstamp for this. I don't use Bitstamp to trade or any of that, but it goes all the way back to the history of Bitcoin, back to 2011, okay? So it has the most history. So for your moving averages, they're going to be the most accurate. Plus, if I need to reference back, I can see all cycles on Bitstamp, okay? So, and for these monthly moving average crosses, it really doesn't matter what chart you look at. You're looking at the monthly. We're not talking scalp trading here. So what we're looking for is the monthly 5 crossing the monthly 13, which is very, very close. And I have the table, this table that I have for my moving average cross, I have them paired, the 5 and the 13. You see that? And what this means, 86,500, that if price this month closes below 86,500, you will have a confirmed cross to the downside. 86,500. We're only $3,000 away from that. That is not much, guys. That's 3%. We're 3% away from that. If we get that, I don't think we'll get that this month. Remember, it has to be a closure. We can wick down to 84 and come back up and close at 89. It has to be a closure, okay? If you go to 84, you're going to get the cross, okay? You're going to get the cross. But if you come back up above 86.5, that cross is going to uncross, okay? And we want the confirmed end of the month cross. It's confirmed. It's done. Consider the uncrossing like a wick. You wick down, wick back up. The cross didn't count. It didn't happen. We want to confirm closure. So if you close the month below 86.5, you're going to have a confirmed monthly 5/13 cross. And that has always been lights out, guys. Always. If you get that, for me, I don't even need this 5 crossing the 55. You, in my opinion, you won't get it. You will not get it. Okay? So let me show you the entry for this. Okay? Number one, you got the cross. Confirmed cross. Okay? So let's go back in time and let's see what has happened every time. Every time. Every time. Okay? You had the big move down here, right? This is last cycle. This is in 2022, April 2022. You get the big move down, right? But you didn't cross. You crossed on that candle, but it wasn't confirmed until the closure of this candle. That was confirmation. Okay, that was confirmation. I know you miss a little bit of this, but you don't really. So every single time you bounce back up, you didn't quite test the 13, but you almost tested that 13, right? You almost did. You came back up, you came back above the 5, almost to the 13, rejection, and that was all she wrote. That's it. Game over, right? Okay, so you came back, wicked above the 5. Wicked above the 5. Let's go back cycle before 2018. All right, guys. You get the cross here on this candle, right? You get the cross on this candle at the closure of this candle, right? And I didn't even show you percentage. We can go back and look at percentage. You get the cross on this candle right here, but you had to wait for the closure because you could have just wicked it, right? So confirmed closure, but you don't want to enter, right? As soon as you get the closure, you close here. You don't want to just enter there because then you ran into some drawdown. What happened? You came back. You retested the 13, monthly 13, rejection, wicked it, rejection, game over. Let's look at percentage. I know percentages probably don't really matter. But let's say you entered from the loss of that 13, 52% move over the next 2 months. Even if you just close at the end of that month, a 46% move. So how about a 50% move to the downside that month? Go back and look at 2022 and just check that percentage. We didn't do that. Not that percentage matters. So we crossed here. We rejected the 13 here. So if you entered at the rejection of the 13 that month, 37% drop. 2 months, 56% drop. Big drops. Okay, let's go back and look at the first cycle, 2014. I think. Hope I'm making my point here, guys. Okay, so you got this big candle down here. That's where you get the cross, okay? You did not cross on this candle. It kind of, you would think you did, but you didn't. You crossed here, but you had to wait for the close, and you don't want to enter on the close, right? Because it's a big drop. Anyway, you came back. What did you do? What did you do? You wicked the 13. Are we seeing a pattern? All right, so if you enter there at the loss of the 13, once you wick it, enter there, and you may not be exact. That month, you came down 28% over the next, let's see, that would be next 2 months, 65% drop. No scare whatsoever. You never came back close to your entry point here. Not even close did you come to it. So there was no scare. Let's go see if you had scares on the other ones. I didn't look for scares. Yeah. Once you wick this, look. Once you wicked this is 2018. Once you wicked this and entered your trade, no scare. You didn't even get close to a scare until a year later. 6 months later, whatever that is. I mean, none of this came even close. Let's look at 2022. Yeah, so you wicked this, right? Covered this, you wicked this, came down, you entered your trade here. Look at this. No scare, no scare, no scare, no scare, no scare. No scare. None. Which I know we hate getting scared, especially on this trade. I know a lot of you are putting life savings type stuff on, which I'm not saying you should, but if you are, don't we want no scare? I know I do. I want no scare. So for those of you super conservative ones that want no scare, this is your trade, okay? What is this? Some pervert. All right, I hope that makes sense. So let's see what we're looking for here. If we don't get our criteria 1, which is this side, right? If we don't get that, I know we beat this dead horse. So here's what it's going to look like. It's going to look something-ish like this. We got a monthly 5, which is our white line, right? Monthly 5, monthly 13. 5 is going to come down. It's going to cross like that, right? Right? Okay. You following me? Let me help you out here, because I know some of you can't see this. And this is just rough estimate. It didn't have to be at these exact same levels. There you go. So I just kind of drew roughly what it would look like. So let's say we get the cross next month. Okay, you get the cross right here. We're going to wait on this candle to confirm, right? We're going to wait on this candle to confirm. Say we close about here, and then we kind of do something like this. That's on the crossing candle, right? I know I'm slow, but you want this to be right. That's on the crossing candle, right? So this would be confirmation. This would be your confirmation candle, unless we get it this month, which I don't really think we will. But if we do, just apply what I'm about to tell you to this current month. So this is our crossing candle. Well, we do not want to enter once we have the confirmed closure. I do not want to enter there, okay? I do not want to enter there. I'm going to wait until the next candle comes, and we're going to say it's going to be a red candle also. And we're going to open something like this, okay? Something like that. Oops. I'm going to wait. I'm trying to get these color coordinated for you. I can't get a wick on here. You get my point. I'm going to wait until we can get, I wonder why I can't do this. I guess because it's a monthly time frame. Anyway, I'm going to wait until this wick comes up. That is terrible. I'm sorry, guys. Pretend this is a wick. One candle wick. That's a wick. That is a red wick. Boom, something like that. My entry is right here. Once we close, wick below that, that is my entry. And then looking to head down from there. So I'm gonna enter there and ride this down for probably 2 months, historically. One to 3 months at the most. Okay, so the entry's here. Not here when the candle closes in confirmation, not there. Wait for the wick. So this is the conservative. This is the higher probability. Well, scenario 1's a very high probability too. It's 100%, but this one is 100% no scare. Do you get less? Yeah, you get less. Because if you get a 555 crossover like this on the left side, you get it up here, you might enter the trade right there, say 95K, whereas here you may not enter until 90K. So yeah, you may get about 5% more, which is why I want to enter 2 trades. I want to enter this big trade on the left if we get it, but if we don't, I'm going full speed ahead on this one, which is a little less profitable trade, but a less scare, higher probability trade. I hope that makes sense. If there's any questions, I want you guys to ask me. And I harp on this a lot. And I was talking about this with Catherine yesterday. I said, do you think I harp on this too much? And she's like, no. She's like, we need to hear this. Like, people are putting a lot of money on this. They need to feel confident in this trade. They need to not have any questions. It's not like you're taking a quick 2-minute scalp where you just kind of mention it in 10 seconds, take it and done. Like, this is big. And you have to have the confidence, hopefully, not to get up $500 and close the trade and watch it run down to what you would have made 15,000. You know, you got to have the confidence. And so I'm hoping I'm giving you guys some confidence by showing you this. All right, that's what we're looking for. So we're close on this one, guys. I don't think we get it this month. We certainly could, and I'm prepared. That's why I sold my alts just in case. Half miles, some alts, $100,000 worth of alts. But we're close. You should mark out 86.5. Set an alert at 86.5. Put a line on your chart at 86.5. Set an alert on it. 86.5. Set an alert on that sucker and watch it. Set an alert on your phone to remind you to go check the monthly close. If you're below 86.5, you're waiting. You're not entering. You're waiting for the back test and loss of the monthly 13 EMA. Waiting for that. That's entry. All right, see, we got any questions? Yeah, 100%, John. We need a counter Trump indicator for sure. Maybe we could program something. One of you computer whizzes, program an AI that listens to Trump's speeches and interprets it into a signal. That'd be great. I think we'll still mirror past cycle. I'm not fully convinced we're there yet. Just getting a taste of it now. Late February, it makes sense. I agree. I do agree. I'm covering this monthly deal just in case, and because even if we get the primary scenario, the 5 crossing the 55, that is my primary entry. But even if we get that, I'm still entering a second trade on this monthly cross. So I'm covering this second scenario, number one, because that's going to be entered anyway. I'm going to enter that for sure. And number two, just in case we don't get the primary, I'm going to have to go a little heavier on this secondary. Any of you on Kraken in the U.S. and Canada, it allows you to 10x leverage. Probably do the Babylon trade on that exchange. I'm on Kraken. I don't know about Kraken leverage. What are the fees? Do you know? It does allow leverage, I think, but I've never done it. The thing I'm hesitant. The thing that makes me hesitant to do that is right here. The crypto exchange Kraken global headquarters is in Cheyenne, Wyoming. All of you should pay your taxes. Let me preface this next statement. But that means they're going to report your winnings, earnings. You should all pay your taxes. I pay my taxes. But MEXC and KCEX don't report. I'm just saying. Bitcoin moving up. 90K. Simu, how are you? Good to see you. West Coast, we'll definitely get the trade. 100%. Even if we don't get criteria 1, we have to get criteria 2. It's already loaded. You've already got the cross to the upside on the 5 and 13 monthly, so it has to come back below. We will definitely get that trade. Even if we don't get this primary scenario, this one is a faux show. 100% we'll get it. Yeah, that's my only fear with the Kraken. First of all, I don't know their fees. They may take 20% of your profits. I really don't know. Let's see. They do a rollover fee of 0.01% every 4 hours. So let's see. Every 4 hours. So let's say I have a $500,000 trade times 0.01%. $50 every 4 hours. So times 4 times 6, 24 hours a day. $300. So if I stay in this trade for 60 days, I'm going to pay them $18,000 in fees. No thank you. No thank you. Not so sure that it would be the best exchange because of that for swing trades. Maybe good for some scalps, maybe good for some one-day trades, but for a trade that we fully anticipate to be in for at least a month, probably 2, I'm not paying them $20,000 in fees. If that's accurate, that's what it says. Rollover fee. A lot of exchanges have 24-hour rollover fees. MEXC and KCEX does not. But a lot of exchanges, FeeMax and things like that, they have actually I think there's this 12-hour rollover fee where they charge you your regular fee, whatever your fee is going to be based upon your margin for the trade. They charge you that every 12 hours. Looks like Kraken charges that every 4 hours. If that's accurate. I'd have to research more into it, but yeah, that's insane, Hogmore says. Yeah, that's what it says right there on their website, so it wouldn't surprise me. Uphold does that. I told you yesterday I was on Uphold. I showed you I have $500,000 in Cardano on Uphold that I can't get off. Last time I traded on there, they charged me like a $20,000 fee. It was insane. And so I tried to pull everything off, and some pairs you can't pull off, like Luna and Cardano, which I have both stuck on there. Bitcoin getting that move up, guys. Just took out Asia high. Not interested, guys. If we SFP this, maybe let's see if we're getting any divergences. We are getting some divergences as of now, unconfirmed. So if we can SFP this week, it might be a good short trade down. Otherwise, you already see what I'm looking for. Point of control, golden pocket, got a daily naked point of control. This is a good short area right here, guys. Told you guys also I would be interested in the daily 5 EMA blind trade yesterday. That is right where that's coming in at 91.4. So that daily 5, which I told you guys hits about 98% of the time, is coming right in there, right in the golden pocket. That's where it is right now. Daily 5, 91.4, right at the point of control. Don't sleep on this, guys. Be in Discord later. Folks will be kicking themselves. This, I think, I wait for a reaction, though. This would be a good, probably even the lower half of this box. 702 is going to be in there, too, somewhere towards the upper end of the box. This is going to be a good box, in my opinion. Let it simmer on this one, guys. You got the point of control. Let it do its thing. If you SFP that point of control and come back and get stuck below it, don't be afraid as it's doing this. This is one of those boxes that I show you later where I made $1,500 and people are like, I should have took the trade. I like this box. But if you break through the box and then bullish back test, it's a no trade, you could come up to very high. And that would just be a simple volume range rotation. Except we front ran the value area low, which I don't like. So ideally in this scenario, and you can get big moves like this, guys, because you front ran this, it wouldn't surprise me in the least to come hit this and then come back and officially tap it before and if you then move back up to the value area high. You don't usually front run a value area low or high. You don't usually do it without coming back to it before a full rotation. You can, not very often. I like this box. So that's what I'm looking for today, guys. Looking for this box right here. We'll probably get it. I am looking for the end of the month, which is coming up in 10 days. I'll be anxious to see if we get down there and get this closed. I'm kind of ready for it. I don't know about you guys. I know a lot of folks want to see the alts run one more time, and I do too. I'm still holding some alts. But I'm just kind of ready for this big short. I'm just ready. I've been preparing for this for weeks. I'm just ready. This is another, okay, so when we first came on the Babylon subject, I told you, I said, don't front run this. We got this cross right here on the 5 and 13 2-day. We got the cross, right? I said, don't front run it. It is not confirmed until tomorrow's closure. Here, look at that. It is uncrossing. That is the same as a wick. That is the same as a wick. Means it didn't happen. That's why you don't front run these guys. Sometimes you get away with front running a little scalp trade or something. On a macro, there's so much percentage to be made to try to front run something. It's just not reasonable for me. You can see it uncrossing. Now it very well may just cross on through, okay? But it may not. Don't front run. Not macro. Not macro. I front run things. I tell you guys all the time in Discord that I probably shouldn't take this trade. I'm a little more aggressive here. But I would not front run one of these. I would not. You couldn't pay me to front run one of these. And I hope I've stressed that at least historically, the confirmation of this cross, this monthly cross, the confirmation is not your entry. That is not your entry. Your entry is the back test of the monthly 13 and loss of that. If you close above it, we got to go back to the drawing board because that's never happened before. But if you do, we got to relook at things. But if you wick it, that has always been go signal. And there's never been a time where you got the confirmed cross that you did not come back. Last cycle, you came back and barely didn't touch it, but you came damn near it. There's never been a time you didn't at least make a heck of a run to it. So to enter right upon the closure, confirmation closure, you would have to go into some scary drawdown if you entered there, most likely. Anybody in this long trade, guys? I didn't take it. I was too busy talking. It's not what I'm looking for anyway. Although we suspected the U.S. would come back and grab some of this. We suspected. It's just been too much downside with no response from the U.S. They just don't typically do that. I told you when we entered yesterday's video, I said everything about the technicals suggests more downside, but the U.S. is likely to come get this stuff, and they didn't do it. So I just don't see them doing that 2 days in a row. Good little move here, though. Good little move. Have you guys gone and gotten? Let's talk a little bit about your alts. Okay. So I told you I sold $100,000 worth of alts. Okay, I did. I can show you. But if we do start to, I don't want to miss out if we do start to get some moves up. Okay. So I am, even though I've sold some alts, I am not unwilling to still trade them, spot trade them. So what I'm going to look for is what I always look for, which is our Alexander the Great signal. Okay. Came into the, I'm looking at WorldCoin, came into the world sell signal of it on its Friday. Got the sell signal, Alexander the Great. And sure enough, 20% moved to the downside. Should have sold there, I didn't. But if we do come back up and get a buy signal, then I will absolutely rebuy my alts. And look for higher prices. But I will not until then. As long as we're under the sell signal, I will not. Okay? We could get another buy signal. If we do get that 555 cross on the Bitcoin, we will likely get another buy signal on alts. But, I mean, last time we got a sell signal, other than the one we're currently under, WorldCoin did an 80% dump. I'm just not going to do it. Now, 80% is very uncommon. Very uncommon. I mean, the time before that, you got a 14%. So, you know, this may be all you get out of this one before you get a cross back up. But I'll buy some, even if we only get 10% pump from the cross or from the signal. 10%, 25% right there to the value area. Whatever. Alexander the Great, you will not. I don't believe. If anybody finds a better altcoin indicator, please let me know. But I just don't think you'll find one. But I'm being dead serious. Please let me know. Thanos took the 45-minute Lionheart. It hit the 90-minute Lionheart looking juicy. Let's look at Lionheart. I haven't looked at Lionheart today. Let's refresh. "45 minutes. Bro. You took it. You took it way back here? That's terrible. That's a big loss if you did. Signal fired off here. Exit signal was there. I hope you didn't take that. Check out the 90. Check on the hour first. Under current hour looks good. 90.7 will be the target. Oh, you took it this morning. No loss. Only profit, right? Okay, yeah. So, this actually looks pretty good, guys. I'm not taking this. It just flashed off anyway, but I'm not taking this, period. But if you can imagine, you get this signal. It was just on. You might get it again in a second. If you do get it, by the time you get here, unless you just shoot up here in 1 minute, this target, this 55 is going to come down, something like that. Point of control is going to meet, and you're going to hit right there, which is where our red box is on our chart. So this would probably be a good trade if you get the confirmed signal, which we don't have. Right into probably a good short. This is the one I will be waiting on. I will miss this. This is the one I will be waiting on. I am not counter trading the trend today, which the trend is down. I understand it's not going to be down forever. It's just I'm not in a counter trend trading mood today. My mind, since I sold my alts, my mind has shifted towards let's find the shorts. I'll take some longs. This actually looks really good. I would have liked, if I was going to take this, I would have liked to have already gotten in it on the hourly. So I'd have had a better entry. I just can't enter it now once half the trade is already, I would have liked to have entered right here on the cross there instead of here once the move's almost done. Just for me. Today, some days I would take it. Anybody else got anything? Anybody have any questions on the Babylon trade? I hope some of you folks are planning to take this with us. I know some of you are for sure. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she's an older lady, and there's a client of mine that I train, but we're friends. She's great. Her whole family's great. And her daughter is in the VIP Discord. I'm not going to say who it is, but her daughter was in the VIP Discord, and she was kind of joking about her daughter was talking about, yeah, I got to take the trade with my boys. And she was like, Thanos, my boy Thanos, West Coast. This is a girl I know who's like my age. She's super cool. I like her a lot. But she was talking about the boys in the VIP. She's got to take a trade. So she's going to be in it with us. I'm going to help walk her through it. Any of you guys want any, I know you're capable. I'm not saying you're not. I'm not suggesting I'm any better. But if any of you, I know a lot of you are putting a big chunk on this. So if any of you are wanting to maybe have some like if any of you are going to do a substantial amount on this and y'all want to do something like a private channel for Babylon only, and like we literally help and encourage each other in there, and I tell you what I'm doing, and it's just for the Babylon trade, y'all let me know. Either post it up in Discord in the Bitcoin chat, or let me know here, and we'll create a channel. That way we're not, because a lot of people aren't interested in that. A lot of people want scalps. So I don't want to clutter up too much of what they want to hear with Babylon or vice versa. So if you are interested in that, we might do that anyway. But I know a lot of people are going to be very nervous on that trade, so I don't mind creating some separate channel where I just kind of, that's all. I don't talk about Babylon anywhere else except in that channel. Just so we don't clutter the day traders, and we don't clutter the scalp traders, and we don't, because I'm going to harp on Babylon a lot once we're in it, okay? I'm going to harp on it a lot. Yeah, that's cool. I thought it was super cool, Thanos. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, y'all let me know if y'all want to do that separate channel. I'll be happy to do it. I've got some mentorship stuff today. If West Coast's Babylon channel will be very helpful, I'll create that today. Let me make a note. Guys, VIP or Discord members only can get the Alexander the Great indicator, and I guarantee you're going to make a ton of money. You can use it to leverage. That's cool, but I spot trade alts with it. It's great. I mean, I got it on the Bitcoin chart. Where's my Bitcoin? Here's the Bitcoin. Where's the Bitcoin? You got it right here. No matter what time frame you're looking at, the sell signal will not change. Buy signal will not change. You got it right here. So if all you did was trade this, boom, it gave you this almost 4% move to the downside on Bitcoin Tuesday, 2 days ago. Yesterday. Gave it to you right there. Let me make a note of that Babylon. Anybody interested, let me know. You need to let me know, because I'm only going to add the ones that are interested. I'm not going to add the entire Discord because not everyone is interested. So you have to let me know, either direct message right here, right now, or message in the Bitcoin chat in Discord. If you want in that channel, I'm only going to add, and even if it's only 3 or 4 people, I'm only going to add the people who are interested, because I just don't, a lot of people don't like their notifications going off that much. So let me know if you want in that channel, otherwise you will not be added. So we're going to add Thanos, West Coast. Anyway, I've got some mentorship going on today. I'm mentoring a couple folks. We have that on the Anthony Lee Crypto website, anthonyleecrypto.com, the one-on-one mentorship program. This is stuff I do live Zoom with you guys. I'll tell you what's beneficial about it. So if I do a workshop or something, I kind of come on there and I tell you coaching. I tell you what I think you need to know, what I think is going to make you a better trader. And that's great. That stuff is good. But it may not be areas that you struggle with. You may be cool with finding entries, but you may be terrible at taking profit or terrible at stop loss. And so with the live mentorship stuff, it's literally interactive. Like you have to have your audio on, and I've got mine on, and you can ask me questions, and as I'm going, you can interrupt me, be like, whoa, okay, I get that, but what about this? And so it's very interactive, and we offer 3 and 6 sessions there, and I'm doing some of that today, so I'll be a little less active in Discord, but I'll still be there. And that's it. So mentorship on anthonyleecrypto.com. Join us there. Get your mentorship. Bitcoin getting a little rejection. Thanos, you didn't take that 90-minute trade, did you? Hawkborn wants in. Max wants in. John wants in. Carrie Benz wants in. All right. Anybody else wants to marinate on it and think about it, you want in that channel? Bitcoin chat in Discord, let me know. I will add you to the channel. I'm going to create the channel today. And the chat in that channel, let's be clear, that is only for Babylon. As it approaches, as we get closer to it, as we take it, as it progresses, if we get a little nervous because we're getting a little bounce, it's all with that. I'm not going to put anything about any other trade in that channel. Nothing. Okay, all that other stuff is going to be under my TA channel and the Bitcoin chat channel. Okay, so I'm going to put nothing else in there, and I would ask you guys not to do it as well, just so we can keep that just there, because a lot of people in that trade, that's going to be the only trade they're in. They don't want to hear about our scalps, and they want to hear about that stuff. They can go in the other channel. Is that cool? Cool. You took the 90-minute? Oh no, that was unconfirmed. That was unconfirmed. Even the 1 hour is unconfirmed. You still got 30 minutes for that 1 hour confirms. Let's look at the 90. You got an hour before that confirms. It's not even flashed right now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't taking these. I'm not counter trading the trade. Remember, always remember, and we've discussed this numerous times, Lionheart works best. I mean, it is damn near 100% in the direction of the trend. Okay, it is. Gosh, I don't even want to put a percentage on. I don't know. I'd be making something up when not in the direction of the trend. Just like this 45-minute. I know Thanos took it on the recross this morning, but the official signal in the 45-minute was here, which is counter trend, right? See the clear trend, right? Clear trend is down, so that's a counter trend long. You didn't get the official closure exit signal till here, which is a big loss. So be careful when you're Lionheart counter trend trading. You're best off to trade the trend with Lionheart, and then you're dang near 100%. Trade the trend. Lionheart is your best friend if you're trend trading, for sure. It's what it's designed for. And I mean, it can work in counter trend rallies. It can work. I mean, you know, this was an uptrend here. It worked on, I mean, no, it didn't. Look, here's a perfect example. You're in an uptrend. Same thing, 45-minute short entry. You didn't exit till here. It's a loss. Because you're trading against the trend. The trend is up. So, yeah. John says, cool. Me? I'm not very cool. I did kill it at the gym today, though. But I'm not very cool. I'm like the opposite of cool. Today's my son's birthday. His name is Jackson. Big Jack. He hates it when I call him Jack. It's the weirdest thing. I called him Jack. He's 11 years old today. I called him Jack for 10 and a half years. And then all of a sudden, at 10 and a half years, he became an adult. And he now wants to go by Jackson. And he gets so mad. And he doesn't understand that I have 10 and a half years of saying Jack. And it's hard for me to just stop. So, he's 11 today. Proud of that boy. It's a big boy. 11 years old, probably 145 pounds. He's a big boy. He should be playing football. He's playing violin. It's true. He does lift weights with me, though. And I told him he better be the best damn violin player ever if he's not going to play football. So, proud of my boy. Happy birthday, Jackson, if you watch the show. I know I told you this morning, but telling the crew now, happy birthday, Jackson. Here's a picture of us. See that right there? I know it's upside down. Let me see. I don't know if you can see that. Me and Jack. We drew this several years ago. He said, it's me and you. We put muscles on it. Muscles on our arm. It's me and you drinking protein shakes. So I went to my tattoo guy. I took the picture. I said, put it right there. It's me and my boy. So it looks just like us both. I mean, it's like mirror image. True story. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I got some mentorship stuff to do. If you guys need me, I will be in Discord. I just have 2 mentorships today, so an hour apiece. So I have a lot of time. You know the trade I'm looking for, guys. I'm not in anything right now. I'm not interested in this. I have alerts set right here. I'm interested in this this red box, pointing control, golden pocket, daily negative pointing control, a lot of confluence there. We also have that, one of those moving averages, daily 5. which is what I told you yesterday. I love blind trading the daily 5. It's there. Other than that, I'm not interested in trading this. I would be interested in trading a 15-minute candle closure back into the free money zone. And I would trade it straight through. I will personally, you can take profit. I will probably close the trade at this volume spike. Basically 89.2 to 88.2, basically. 88.3. I'm going to close it just because that's the free money zone trade I look for. If it goes further, so be it. I'll find another trade. But those are the 2 trades I'm looking for, guys. I'm not looking for anything else. So I'm going to create the Babylon channel. You'll let me know if you want in. I got the list of you folks that do want in. Anybody else wants in, let me know. And other than that, I think that's it. So Caribbeans, Dagbjort says happy birthday, Jackson. Thank you. I'll be sure to show him all this. He's gonna be so excited. He's a gamer. Like he just Fortnites all the time. I Fortnite too, believe it or not. I really only Fortnite with him. But I have a couple of good. He has hundreds, if not thousands, of skins. I have like 2. I have 2 skins. I have Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, and I have the Undertaker. Those are my 2 skins. I Fortnite a little, not like him. I rarely play, once or twice a week, for like 2 matches. I do 0 build battle royales. That's all I do. Anyway, he's a big gamer, so he's a nerd. I like nerds. He has crypto too. He owns crypto. He does. It's true. We emptied out his piggy bank a couple Christmases ago and went and bought him some. I think we bought him Algorand, and then we switched to WorldCoin. So he's got crypto. He bought $100 worth, and it's worth like $400 today. I traded it for him. Taught him a little bit about trading. So he's 4x'd his money this cycle. Pretty good. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I enjoyed it today. Free money zone. I want to hit the free money zone one more time. Looking for the Babylon trade. We'll see what the U.S. does today. Tomorrow, big news tomorrow. Hang on before you go. Big news tomorrow, flashbang. So all of this will occur before we go on live stream, okay? So I will be updating you in the chat. What these look like, or you can set your alarms and go look at these, but either way, you'll get the initial reaction from the news report, and then you'll have a U.S. market open reaction. So we should have some very good trades on the stream tomorrow, so be sure you come back.